Have you ever imagined what you'd do if a stroke suddenly struck and there was no one around to help? It's a frightening thought, but for many seniors, it's a very real possibility. The truth is, when every second counts, knowing the right steps can mean the difference between life and death. Imagine this. You're sitting at home, enjoying your morning tea, when suddenly your arm feels numb, your speech becomes slurred, and the room starts spinning. You try to call out, but there's no one there to hear you. In that critical moment, what you do next can decide everything: your recovery, your independence, and even your life. That's why this video is for you, the strong, independent 60-plus generation who deserves to feel safe and prepared no matter where you are. We're diving into 5 life-saving tips that could protect you if a stroke happens when you're completely alone. These aren't complicated medical tricks, they're simple, powerful actions anyone can do to boost their chances of survival. So, if you've ever wondered, what would I do if this happened to me? Stick with us until the end. What you're about to learn could save your life or the life of someone you love. Let's dive in and make sure you're ready for anything. Number 1. Spotting the warning signs and taking immediate action. When it comes to surviving a stroke or heart attack, early recognition and swift response are everything. Every second counts because delays in treatment can cause irreversible damage to the brain or heart. Unfortunately, many people, especially seniors, mistake the warning signs for something minor like stress, fatigue, or indigestion. This hesitation can turn a manageable emergency into a life-threatening situation. Acting immediately can be the difference between a full recovery and severe complications or even life and death. Take the real-life case of Michael Johnson, a 68-year-old grandfather from Texas. In 2019, while watching TV, Michael suddenly felt numbness on one side of his body and had trouble speaking. Instead of ignoring the symptoms, his wife immediately recognized the signs of a possible stroke and dialed 911. Paramedics arrived quickly, and he received a clot-busting treatment within the critical first hour. Today, Michael is fully recovered and actively raising awareness about stroke symptoms. His survival story shows how quick action can literally save a life. Understanding how strokes and heart attacks manifest is crucial. A stroke often causes sudden confusion, slurred speech, trouble understanding others, blurry vision, dizziness, or weakness on one side of the body. Heart attacks, on the other hand, may begin with chest discomfort, shortness of breath, nausea, sweating, or unexplained fatigue. Sadly, many seniors downplay these symptoms or feel embarrassed to seek help, fearing they might overreact. But ignoring these warning signals is one of the most dangerous mistakes anyone can make. Here's the truth: acting fast saves lives. Denial and fear often cloud judgment, but hoping the symptoms will fade on their own can cost precious time. Listening to your body and calling for help immediately is an act of self-care and survival. Training yourself mentally to react instead of freezing builds confidence and ensures you're prepared, even when alone. One of the most effective steps you can take today is to learn the warning signs and prepare for emergencies. Keep emergency contacts visible, save ambulance numbers, and consider wearing a medical alert bracelet if you live alone. Learn the FAST method for identifying strokes: face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, and time to call help. Educate family and friends too, because their awareness could one day save your life. Beyond preparation, adopting a healthy lifestyle significantly lowers your risk. Regular checkups, a balanced diet, exercise, and stress management all strengthen your heart and brain. But even with preventive measures, emergencies can still happen, which is why knowing what to do in those critical first minutes is vital. Finally, remember this: in the case of a stroke or heart attack, speed equals survival. Acting within the first few minutes can determine whether you recover fully, face lifelong disabilities, or lose your life. Don't wait. Don't doubt. Don't dismiss your body's warning signs. Being informed, prepared, and decisive gives you the power to save your own life or someone else's. Number 2. Mastering self-help techniques when you're alone. Facing a stroke or heart attack while alone can be one of the most frightening situations imaginable, but it's important to remember that you are not helpless. In those critical first moments before help arrives, there are simple, life-saving actions you can take to support your heart, brain, and overall stability. These techniques don't replace professional medical care, but they can buy you precious time and improve your chances of survival. One of the most powerful tools is the self-administered cough CPR method, a technique designed to keep blood and oxygen flowing when the heart is struggling. In 2020, David Miller, a 70-year-old retired engineer from Florida, experienced sudden chest tightness and dizziness while gardening. He remembered reading about cough CPR in a health magazine and immediately began coughing forcefully at regular intervals while dialing 911. Those steady, deliberate coughs helped keep his heart beating rhythmically until paramedics arrived. Doctors later confirmed that his quick action prevented severe damage. Cough CPR works by creating pressure in the chest, which keeps blood circulating to vital organs, especially the brain. It's not commonly discussed in standard first aid training, but for seniors especially, those who live alone, it can be a critical technique. While it should not replace emergency medical care, knowing how to perform it properly can make the difference between life and death during those crucial minutes before help arrives. In addition to cough CPR, controlled breathing exercises can provide essential support. Deep, slow breaths increase oxygen intake, calm anxiety, and reduce the strain on your heart. Focusing on steady breathing helps you maintain clarity, stay conscious, and prevent panic from worsening your condition. Pairing breathing techniques with cough CPR creates a powerful survival strategy while waiting for assistance. One common challenge during such emergencies is hesitation. Many people freeze because they fear doing something wrong, but the greater danger lies in doing nothing at all. Mental preparedness plays a key role here. Practicing these techniques beforehand, even during moments of calm, can build confidence and make your response instinctive when every second matters. David's story is a perfect reminder of the power of readiness. Despite being alone, he stayed composed, acted decisively, and used the techniques he'd learned. His determination to fight back until help arrived made all the difference. Equipping yourself with knowledge and practicing these simple skills could one day save your life or the life of someone you love. The second life-saving tip is simple yet powerful. Learn practical self-help techniques and prepare yourself mentally to use them confidently. You don't need to be a medical professional to take meaningful action in an emergency. What matters is having the tools, the presence of mind, and the courage to act quickly when it counts. If you found this information helpful, drop a comment saying number 2 below to let me know you're following along. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss valuable tips that could save your life or someone else's. Number 3, the life-saving power of spotting early warning signs. One of the biggest challenges seniors face during a heart attack or stroke, especially when alone, is recognizing the early warning signs quickly and acting without hesitation. Many dismiss mild symptoms, blaming them on aging, fatigue, or other chronic health issues. Sadly, that delay can be deadly. Trusting your instincts and knowing what to look for can be the deciding factor between life and loss. Awareness in these moments is your strongest weapon. A real-life example is the case of actor Luke Perry, best known for his role in Beverly Hills 90210. In February 2019, the 52-year-old experienced a sudden, massive stroke at his California home. His family called emergency services immediately, but despite being rushed to the hospital, the stroke's severity was too great, and he tragically passed away 5 days later. His case highlights just how critical it is to recognize symptoms like sudden numbness, confusion, or speech difficulties, and seek help immediately, because in many situations, acting faster can make the difference between recovery and tragedy. Heart attack warning signs often include chest pressure or discomfort, cold sweats, fatigue, nausea, and shortness of breath. While stroke symptoms may involve sudden numbness or weakness on one side of the body, difficulty speaking, dizziness, blurred vision, or a severe headache. These signs might start mildly, but ignoring them is risky. Recognizing them early isn't just about knowing what's normal for most people, it's also about knowing what's normal for you and acting when something feels off. Luke Perry's story underscores the importance of education and mental preparedness. Understanding potential symptoms removes the uncertainty that often causes hesitation. Denial is a powerful barrier. Many seniors hope discomfort will just go away and delay seeking help. But when you know the signs, you replace fear and doubt with clarity and confidence. Knowledge literally becomes the bridge between confusion and action. Another crucial point is that recognizing symptoms also involves emotional readiness. In emergencies, panic can cloud judgment. Practicing calm responses and familiarizing yourself with action steps can make your reaction almost automatic when danger strikes. Sharing this knowledge with friends, family, and caregivers is equally vital because sometimes someone else may notice signs you miss. The more people who are informed, the safer your environment becomes. Regular health checkups and open conversations with your doctor can further deepen your awareness. Discuss your personal risk factors, whether related to high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, or family history. Keeping a symptom journal can also help you identify subtle patterns in your health before they become critical. And when symptoms appear, do not wait, test, or guess. Call emergency services immediately and describe your situation clearly. Paramedics can begin life-saving interventions en route to the hospital. Luke Perry's case is a tragic reminder that strokes and heart attacks can strike anyone, regardless of age, and that every second counts. Acting quickly, even when symptoms seem mild, can be the difference between life and death. So, the third life-saving tip is simple but powerful. Educate yourself deeply about early warning signs and trust your instincts to act fast. Knowledge, awareness, and immediate response form your first line of defense when you're alone. The more prepared you are, the greater your chances of surviving and thriving after a stroke or heart attack. Number 4, the life-saving power of the right positioning and breathing techniques. When a heart attack or stroke strikes while you're alone, your immediate response can determine the outcome. The way you position your body and control your breathing isn't just a minor detail. It can significantly increase your chances of survival. In those critical moments, every decision matters. Taking the right actions can ease symptoms, improve oxygen flow, and reduce the strain on your heart and brain while you wait for medical help. Imagine being in David's shoes, a 74-year-old retired teacher who experienced a sudden sharp pain in his chest while watering his garden. His hands trembled, and dizziness clouded his vision. Alone and frightened, he recalled a first aid session he had attended months earlier. Instead of panicking, David slowly lowered himself onto a nearby bench, leaned slightly forward, and rested his arms on his knees. He focused on steady, controlled breathing, silently counting as he inhaled and exhaled. That simple act helped calm his racing heart, kept him conscious, and gave him enough strength to call for help. Proper positioning during heart attacks and strokes can be life-saving. Sitting upright or leaning slightly forward relieves pressure on your lungs and heart, making breathing easier and reducing strain on your circulatory system. By contrast, lying completely flat can worsen breathlessness and increase discomfort. If you feel weak or dizzy, sit or lie down safely to prevent falling by. Avoid lying flat unless there's no alternative. Understanding these simple steps ahead of time equips you to protect yourself when seconds matter most. Breathing control is just as critical as positioning. During medical emergencies, panic often sets in, causing shallow, rapid breathing, which reduces oxygen supply to the brain and heart. Practicing deep, slow breathing can counteract this. David used a technique he remembered, inhaling deeply through his nose, holding his breath briefly, and exhaling gently through pursed lips. This helped regulate his heart rate, stabilize oxygen intake, and keep his mind focused instead of spiraling into fear. The mental impact of these techniques is profound. Emergencies can trigger overwhelming anxiety, leading to poor judgment and exhaustion. Focusing on body posture and controlled breathing creates a sense of stability and calmness, which sharpens your ability to make better decisions. Seniors who practice these techniques regularly build a muscle memory response, allowing their bodies to act automatically in stressful situations rather than freezing or panicking. Imagine another scenario. You're sitting alone at home and suddenly feel a wave of dizziness and numbness in one arm. Without proper preparation, panic can paralyze you. But if you've practiced breathing techniques and know how to position yourself safely, your chances of staying conscious and protecting yourself improve dramatically. These simple skills can bridge the gap between danger and safety, giving you valuable time until help arrives. Preparation saves lives. Regularly practicing controlled breathing, keeping your phone close with emergency numbers saved, and investing in a wearable medical alert system can make all the difference. David's quick thinking and preparation allowed paramedics to reach him in time. He later admitted that those few minutes of composure gave him hope and likely saved his life. Remember, these strategies are not a replacement for medical care, but they are powerful tools when you're alone and vulnerable. The right posture, breathing techniques, and communication habits can buy you precious minutes, reduce complications, and increase your survival chances. Knowledge and preparation give you power, and that power can save your life. If you found this tip helpful, comment number 4 below to let me know you're still here. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss other life-saving strategies. Your support keeps us going and helps us create valuable content that empowers and protects you. Now, let's move on to the next critical step. Number 5. The critical importance of recognizing early warning signs and acting fast. When it comes to heart attacks and strokes, every second counts. Time isn't just money, it's survival. Recognizing early warning signs and acting immediately can be the difference between life and death, between full recovery and lasting disability. For seniors, these signs are sometimes subtle and can easily be dismissed, which makes awareness and preparedness absolutely essential. Take the real-life story of James Burke, a 69-year-old retired engineer from Texas. One quiet afternoon, James felt a slight tingling in his left hand and a dull ache around his jaw. At first, he assumed it was just fatigue or muscle strain. But something inside told him this wasn't normal. Remembering advice from a heart health seminar, James immediately called 911, sat down, and focused on staying calm until paramedics arrived. Within 30 minutes, he was receiving treatment at the hospital. Doctors later told him his decision to act quickly prevented major heart damage and likely saved his life. The early warning signs of a heart attack often include persistent chest pressure, shortness of breath, cold sweats, dizziness, nausea, or discomfort spreading to the arms, neck, jaw, or back. Stroke symptoms can be remembered using the FAST method: face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, time to call emergency services. Other red flags include sudden vision problems, severe headaches, confusion, and difficulty walking. Whether these signs come suddenly or develop gradually, they should never be ignored. The problem is that many seniors downplay or misinterpret these symptoms, blaming them on aging, indigestion, or fatigue. This delay can be dangerous, even deadly. Ignoring early warning signs robs you of critical treatment windows, increasing the risk of permanent damage or loss of independence. Understanding that these symptoms are not just part of getting older is key to protecting your health and longevity. Acting fast is everything. Treatments like clot-busting drugs for strokes or emergency procedures for heart attacks are most effective when administered within the first few hours of symptom onset. Every passing minute without treatment reduces your chances of full recovery. James' experience highlights how quick thinking and decisive action can mean the difference between returning to normal life and facing long-term complications. For those living alone, having a solid action plan is crucial. Keep your phone charged and nearby, save emergency numbers for one-touch dialing, and post critical contacts where they're easy to see. Wearable medical alert systems or smart home assistants can provide instant help when reaching for your phone isn't possible. Planning ahead could shave off precious minutes when they matter most. Additionally, educate your family, friends, and caregivers. Make sure they know the warning signs and how to act immediately. A prepared support network can recognize symptoms even when you can't and call for help on your behalf. Holding regular discussions or quick drills with loved ones could be the factor that saves your life. Another powerful step is routine health monitoring. Regular checkups, blood pressure checks, cholesterol screenings, and heart health assessments increase your chances of catching risks early before they turn into emergencies. Combine this with learning basic life-saving techniques like CPR, and you'll be equipped not just to save yourself, but possibly others too. Lastly, remember that fear and denial can be deadly. Many people hesitate to seek help, thinking their symptoms will pass or worrying about overreacting. But there's no such thing as being too cautious with your heart and brain. As James said after his recovery, "I'd rather call 911 and be wrong than stay silent and never get the chance." Trust your instincts, act immediately, and don't wait for symptoms to worsen. Your best defense against heart attacks and strokes is knowledge, preparation, and decisive action. Recognizing the signs early and responding without hesitation could save your life or someone else's. It's not about panic, it's about empowerment. The more you know, the better equipped you are to protect yourself and the people you love. Life after 60 comes with wisdom, but it also brings new challenges, especially when it comes to our health. A heart attack or stroke can strike without warning, even in the comfort of our own homes. That's why knowing what to do in those critical first moments isn't just important, it's life-saving. Being prepared means giving yourself the best chance to survive and recover, even when you're alone. You might think, "I feel fine, this won't happen to me," or rely on the fact that loved ones are nearby. But emergencies rarely give warnings. Sometimes, help doesn't arrive right away, and in those moments, your knowledge becomes your greatest lifeline. Taking simple steps today, recognizing the signs, acting fast, and staying calm can make all the difference tomorrow. We'd love to hear from you. Which of these tips spoke to you the most? How do you plan to prepare yourself or your loved ones? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story could inspire someone else to take action and maybe even save a life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with family, friends, or anyone who might benefit. Every like, comment, and share helps us create more empowering content for seniors everywhere. Stay safe, stay prepared, and remember this: your knowledge is your greatest defense. We'll see you in the next video.